Oh, harder.
Harder.
Wait. It's hit in the center.
In the center.
We're good.
Push it down.
Yeah, just like give it a little.
Like push it down. There we go.
Woo!
I didn't want to break it. So,
Well, it's almost been broken before. So.
Yeah.
That's why I
Good
didn't
call.
Wanna, that's why I, didn't wanna, I almost went like boom with my fist, but
Dude,
Yeah.
everyone's reaction's the same. They all want to just, but like for good reason. It just looks so punchable. I don't know.
well, I mean, it's like you never see it. So at like wherever you go, so
No, yeah.
especially if you used to play Mario a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
You
you
know.
fucking punched the shit out of those.
Exactly. So like,
Yeah.
if it's live, you want to do it yourself. Cause
Oh hell yeah! All right, awesome. Well, welcome back to the GainEXP Fitness podcast. I'm Doggo, and then over there we've got
I'm Jordan, and who is this man we have here today?
yes sir.
I don't
so
know who
I'll
he
let
is.
him. I'll
Who
let him
is
introduce
he?
himself. But we got Jake motherfucking Manning in the house today, and Jake, feel free to just like introduce yourself. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, but more importantly, not for us, but just for like people watching. Like, who are you? Like, you just drove down from like Orange County, so maybe just give us a little spiel on like kind of who you are and
Give
just,
me
like,
your
what you're all
60-second
about.
pitch.
So, yeah, yeah, lay it on us.
For sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for having me. I'm Jake Manning. I live right now in Laguna Beach, California. Born and raised in Costa Mesa. I'm a direct personal trainer. So what that means is that when I started during COVID, when all the gyms were shutting down, I wanted to start my own business for personal training, and I realized that like people are a lot more comfortable to you when you go to them and they're able to train you and you're able to train them at their location.
Yeah.
So I had one of my educators in my fraternity actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
He hit me up and he's like, "Hey, train me." And
Oh,
I'm
sick.
like,
Okay,
I'm like, absolutely. And that's kind of where it started. Like, he was my first client. I trained him for free. And you just helped me kind of get that experience, doing like one-on-one.
Nice.
So he just did kind of whatever I asked him to do or told him to do. In exchange, he got free training. So
hell yeah.
it's
So
kind of
that's-
just built from there.
That's super dope because in our experience, a lot of times when we work with someone who is like for free, it's like I feel like there's a part of that where it's we've had like one person that like really follows through when it comes to free training.
Yeah.
Because I feel like part of the money aspect of it is that you give away something, so you feel like you have to put something in
Yeah.
the worth of it.
You're
if
almost. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like saying you're almost like buying the value, so you feel more like you gotta hold yourself accountable instead of just like the trainer doing all the accountability.
Yeah,
But,
it's
yeah.
cool that you found someone that's willing to do that, really pushing that work in,
Yeah, I mean, it was, and it really helped too that it was somebody that we just have a lot of trust in each other, you know.
Nice.
And I think that like if you're gonna train somebody for free, especially when you're starting, not only is it important to get that experience, and also to there's just a lot of room for growth and for to make mistakes,
For sure.
very early on, because like you guys just said, it's like they're buying the value in the training. So you really want to so as a trainer, you want to do your best to be 100% from and make as little mistakes as possible.
Yeah.
But when it's somebody that you trust, that that knows that you are just learning the experience of one-on-one and literally is asking you to train them, it kind of makes you it makes you more comfortable. It makes you as a trainer a lot more comfortable as well, and then it just pushes you to just continue to grow, and you guys get to kind of grow with each other.
Definitely. Actually, that brings up something that's kind of an interesting topic. That's kind of like the Uber driver or the Lyft driver type of deal. It's like everyone thinks about the Uber driver and rating the Uber driver, right? But the opposite's true, where you can rate the person, the passenger.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So
no,
continue.
I was gonna say like because we all work in sales, like aside from our training, and even then it's like kind of like you have to like work together with your client. If that relationship isn't there, like things can fall off. But there's almost like firing, like the client could obviously fire you if you're not doing a good job. But there was always that saying that in the back of my mind of like, if you have to be willing to fire the client too if they're not cooperating or if they're not like getting along. But I mean, it's also our jobs to help motivate. But like at the end of the day too, there's also like an aspect of like, is this relationship going to work out in training, you know? But I wanted to just actually ask more about like the type of training that you actually do, because I'm not sure if you've seen Jordan or not, but so I mean, you can talk more about it, but you're more focused on like kickboxing and a boxing training style with people, which I mean, I don't know if you knew that, Jordan, but Jordan actually likes that stuff too. He actually just started taking classes, and you just started taking classes, right? And you just started getting into that. So I thought it'd be like super cool to like hear about that, and like, I guess like what made you go down that route? Because I feel like a lot of trainers like it's just like resistance training, like moving weights up and down or certain directions, you know, or even calisthenics is pretty simple and easy to understand. But I feel like that's pretty niche, like going into like kickboxing and a boxing style of training. So
especially direct too.
Yeah, that's like super interesting. So I guess like my question is like, so what made you like want to go down that route? Do you have like a passion for that type of stuff, or do you watch like boxing or kickboxing at all? Or?
I mean, growing up, I was into boxing a lot growing up. You know, I used to watch old videos of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and then Manny Pacquiao was my favorite fighter watching growing up. So
of course,
of course you would say that. But I never thought that I actually was gonna start up a business and actually have it be more focused on boxing and kickboxing. Before I started personal training, I used to work at a gym called 9 Round Kickboxing in Laguna Niguel. And so that's where I learned kickboxing technique, experience, and then I actually got a boxing coach myself for a little bit to kind of just enhance that a little bit more. But I think the main reason why I just love to focus on that too is because there's no other workout like it. You know, it's fast paced. It gets your body, and no matter what anybody says, in my personal opinion, it leans you out the most, and it's such a fat burning workout. But it's really a good way to just let out your stress, let out your frustrations. You know, it's a great way to not only keep you consistent and excited, but disciplined. Like, you have to learn the technique step by step in order for you to get better.
I feel like I wanted to actually comment on getting your frustration out through boxing, because this dude, I remember I was pissed off about something one day. And it was like some serious ass shit. It wasn't just like, oh, my manager pissed me off or whatever.
No, it was real serious.
It was like, it's some serious ass shit. And then like nowhere he's like, hey, just come over here and put these like put the wraps on and then put the gloves on. And just like he had me go through Floyd Mayweather's like one of his like hook shot like punch bag techniques or whatever.
The his 3-minute hook endurance.
Yeah.
I had him do that.
So he had me do that, and I felt so good after. I was like, yeah, boy. Felt so good about myself. You know,
it's the best thing. It's the best thing to let your aggression on without getting in trouble.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's the key term. Key word there. Without getting in trouble.
So how did you get into like? Well, because you're more into like. You like watching MMA, I know. You like the art of boxing, or at least fighting. So, like, what got you into that?
So, I like almost every. Oh, hello. Like every, I think like Asian kid growing up. There's like they put you through Taekwondo,
okay,
Kung Fu, Karate, or the Filipino Filipino stick fighting one.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot what it was. Eskrima?
Wait, you fight each other with sticks?
Yeah, there's 2 sticks. You get yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think it's Eskrima, right? Is that it?
I actually don't know the Filipino one. I did Aikido.
Aikido, yeah.
I did Aikido growing up. The Japanese form of self-defense.
Yeah. I did Taekwondo growing up.
Okay.
And then I went into my stepdad is a Chavez style boxer.
Okay.
And then he taught me at home and in our garage, waving around my bow staff. He was like, he essentially was like, hey, look, it's like Latin style boxing is like all dodging, dude.
Yeah,
it's all dodging.
Oh, dude, it's so much. It's so much movement and so much defense. Like, I've watched watching boxing growing up, like the Latino boxers actually like throw the least amount of punches.
Oh damn! So it's all like just quick movements
Well,
and
it's
dodging.
I
and
mean,
things
yeah,
like that, or what?
it's meant for. I think it's meant for a form. It's like it's playing chess. It's playing chess
Oh,
with your
cool.
opponents, you know, because
Nice.
it's just all defense. So, you know, it's dodging, dodging, rolling, slip, and
Pivots.
then, and then,
Oh, cool.
and then it's knowing where your guy's gonna be before they do.
Nice.
So I think the best way to describe it, like my stepdad described it this way, is that he said British and American, old school American style boxing, like Stallone and stuff like that, was is fist first, heavy hit. Kind of like Mayweather, like kind of black style boxing is more kind of that Philly roll type of shield. Kind of shoulder up defense, kind of stabilize and then move around. I'm not sure if you ever seen that like very popular clip of Muhammad Ali at the corner holding the rings, and he just like so there's like a guy is just like wailing at him. He's dodged every single hit with
no
just
way.
his head. Yeah,
Yo, I want to see that.
that's a
That looks
real
cool.
clip. Yeah,
Yeah, for
Damn,
sure.
okay.
It's Ali was just, you know, probably go besides Tyson.
Tyson,
Yeah. Those two, because I'm not, so just to let everyone know, I'm not into like boxing, fighting, or even like I'm not as appreciative of the art of it as like maybe you guys would be. But everybody knows Muhammad Ali and everybody knows Mike Tyson. Those
for
are
biting
like,
off an ear.
and for biting the ear. Yeah. And everyone knows Pacquiao too. Really,
Pacquiao,
like
yeah.
he's one of the goats in my opinion. But
I think the reason, so going off of that, I think the reason why Muhammad Ali and Pacquiao, those two especially, is because of what they stood for.
Okay.
So it's not just the boxing that, you know, the style and the styles and, you know, what they do in the ring. I mean, it's what they do outside the ring. That, you know, Ali fought for, you know, his own rights.
Right.
You know, and he also and then Pacquiao, he fought for the Philippines, you know, like he fought for family. He, you know, grew up like dirt poor, and you know, and now I think he ended up running for governor or
Did he win?
I don't know. I actually don't know that one. They never.
Yeah,
I don't know if he won, but he probably had a really
He
good
probably
chance.
had a good shot. Yeah, for sure.
No,
Like,
he was like popular with I think he's like close with the current like president of the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's up there in the political power in the Philippines. But yeah, so I grew up doing Chavez style boxing.
Okay.
It's like just a lot more footwork, less stable, a lot more like angle based, which is kind of what I was showing you. Like you dodge, you dodge.
for sure.
And then my stepdad was like, he had a bow staff. He was like, all right, I'm gonna swing this at you, and then if it hits,
luck.
if it hits you, you'll learn how to dodge. that's how I learned.
That's real though. I mean, that's real shit.
Yeah.
That's how I learned. That's how I started with boxing. I did a little bit of Krav Maga, just like for a little bit before college.
Nice.
And then I got interested in Muay Thai recently, so I started taking classes in
Sick.
San Diego. Yeah.
So we kind of talked about a little bit, but I wanted to just dive like deeper into that, like pigeonhole a little bit. Was like just like the art of fighting, boxing, kickboxing, even like, is that like, so you're obviously you train and you teach people either like techniques or that's how you like at least like get them like moving and stuff. But like outside of just like the training aspect of like either kickboxing, boxing, fighting and stuff, I mean, what is like the art of boxing mean to you? And you actually still watch like UFC fights? Like I know there was a big one last night that I was not aware of, but is it something like you still follow, or is it just now something you just like have only incorporated like as a trainer kind of thing?
No, I mean, I still watch boxing quite a bit. I didn't get a chance to watch the Canelo fight last night. I really wanted
cool.
to.
Yeah. No.
But honestly, I gained a lot. I definitely gained a lot more of appreciation of boxing and MMA after I started training at the gym. Being a trainer there, and then capitalizing on the business side of it. Like I would watch. I would for hours. You know, like after work, I would go home and I would watch all the videos of like, you know, it could be tedious and it could be boring, but it's just so informational. Like
For sure.
it's all the things in boxing that it's not the showy things that like people really want to watch boxing for. It's the fundamentals.
For sure.
It's the learning how to throw the proper, you know, the proper jab, the proper, you know, proper cross, uppercuts, hooks, defense, footwork. I mean, it's just hours and hours of studying just the very basics of it, and then just like when I train people, I tell them like you're not even gonna be able to get any punching out if you don't have your footwork. So.
Oh, you go. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah,
Sorry?
so I was gonna ask, like, when you train someone, do you explicitly tell them, like, okay, are you training them in the sense of you're training them actually in like the art of boxing, or are you training them in the sense of like this is in a workout incorporating boxing?
It's it's both.
What's the focus?
Both. So it depends on what the client's needs are and what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I have a client right now that we really just do boxing because it's part of the fitness aspect, and because she just loved the way that her body started forming after she started with that. There's a couple that I train for boxing that actually wants to learn the art of boxing. So that's literally from day one. It's just nothing but introduction, basic introduction, and then some cardio.
Nice. Okay.
So then just build from there.
Yeah. Like when you were talking about just like some of the figures and like what they mean to like that specified sport, like Muhammad Ali, when we were talking about that, like I think like I follow a similar path to you in the form of like resistance training, and especially bodybuilding is like my first, like, I remember I didn't even mean to sign up for this trainer, but I did end up signing for him because like they sold me on how like his style of training, what he does, and a lot of it is like bodybuilding type of related work.
Yeah.
So I follow his influence, kind of like how you did with your trainer.
Yeah.
And like that got me into like kind of the influences of like bodybuilding and weightlifting and stuff, like Arnold Schwarzenegger is like the biggest one that like everybody always talks about and looks back on, but like there's like an art to like all of it, and it's like super fucking cool to like actually teach like clients about it and stuff, like Arnold presses and stuff, and like you start going down that route, or like just like some of the big icons in like the field actually help like push it along like that. But
yeah, definitely.
You know what's funny about that? Actually, it was a couple weeks ago. Me and one of my clients, we were training at 24 Hour for the first time. We were doing actual weight workouts.
Oh, cool.
She's used to doing like high intensity boxing, kickboxing, stuff with me on a normal basis. But this time we decided to try it at the gym, and it's so funny that like because. When you've been working out at the gym for years, you have a routine that you're following, and then you have your certain exercises that work best for you. So you always want to have those be your main focus. And then if you're looking to build muscle mass and like lose fat, compound movements are always the best option.
Definitely.
Are the best movements to learn first, and then. Isolation movements come after that.
Yeah.
But I've been doing this. I did this. We did shoulders and legs together, and it was
cool.
a workout that I've done so many times, and it was probably, it just been buried in the back of my head, like I could do it in my sleep. But I gave the workout to her, and she said it was like she learned a whole bunch of new things, and like she's never done some of those workouts like all together, and it just really like blew my for some reason it just really blew my mind, because it was like not that many, if even if you've done the workout 100 times, this is your first time doing it with your clients, so it just kind of gives you that little extra like boost of energy and that confidence. It's like, okay, now I know what I'm doing is working.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really cool, for your client or whoever you're working out with to get excited and be like, whoa, you kicked my ass during that.
And you're like, what? No, I do this every day.
I do this all the time. I do this like twice a week.
No big deal.
10 years,
We had this similar like experience. It was like such an eye-opening experience when we were like first starting out. We were working with someone, and we were like, oh yeah, 3 reps, or 3 sets of 10 reps.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like 3 sets of 10 reps, and then she was like, what's a set and a rep?
Oh.
And then it had a moment we were like,
you're like, what? What do you mean? What's a set?
That's right.
Wait, let me take a step back for a second.
Yeah, I was like, it's like kind of crazy, because you literally have to start. You have to like, even for the people that you assume you can never assume. Like you just have to like start from ground zero and be like, this is what a calorie means. These are what macros mean. Here's a set and a rep.
Here's how you do a push-up.
Here's how you do a crunch. No, yeah, like I remember I gave someone a workout routine, and it was just like squats or something like that. 3 of 12, I believe, was how I had it, and like that was a lot for them to like in the first week. And I like for me like 3 of 12, like that's like some easy stuff. Like I do that with any exercise, doesn't matter. But like for someone starting out, like they need like it's like maybe 3 of 5 might be more reasonable. Depends on like what it is, I'm sure. But
honestly, I would do higher reps and lower weight. Like I would probably honestly start them off with like if they've never done squats before, I would not even give them any equipment.
Yeah,
it's just straight form and it's straight body and all I'm and easiest way, like I tell people, like if they've never done squats before, easiest way I tell them that they could see it is okay. Stand up straight. Now sit down in your chair.
Yeah, in the chair.
And they're like, I can't even do that. And
and
it's like, or it's like I can't do that 15 times.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now I know that we got some form stuff. We got some form stuff to work on, and I know where our starting point is gonna be. And then
squats are so prime too because they not only help with just like
everything.
They do everything, including. But what I was gonna say was like balance is also like super prime when you're like actually using the bar. Like that is like crucial is to like practice on the bar and like get balance down. But like a lot of people just want to jump straight into squats because like in their mind they're like, oh, this is logically the thing I should be starting with because this is what I see everyone else do. But like at some point you kind of have to realize like I'm starting a race at my own pace, not like where someone else is at, you know? And so I've got to like run my own race and get to a point where like I'm that person like doing on the squat rack like 5 sets of like 10 reps or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's somebody else running their own race now looking at me being like, oh, I can do that. And it's like, okay, maybe you can do it, but like let's like work up to something like that too. But that applies to a lot of different exercises.
I think another thing is understanding like it. I think we all experience this when we're starting to get into working out. Is like we see something online and we're like, oh yeah, that's a different way of doing a squat or a different way to do a bicep curl or a different way to do a pull up or a different way of doing like lat pull downs. And it's like, it's funny because when you start learning the courses and the training and stuff like that, it's like, oh, that's the difference. That's why why it's like what's the point of there is a point to doing a half squat versus a full squat.
Right.
There's a point to doing a
like
lunge versus thing. It's
like range of motion and then you have like
injury support and like strength base, isometrics, so much stuff, and it's like it's so funny because we would just do it and we would be like I think I'm doing it right. And we would have fucked up our legs and not even know.
My legs hurt. So, you know, I can't. I can barely walk. So obviously,
so I must be doing something.
I must be doing something. You know. But honestly, like when it's so funny. Like I would go on like Instagram or you know TikTok or wherever where I see all and I specifically go to watch other trainers or you know people like showing their workout videos and stuff like that. And the ones that I tend to follow the most and the ones that like I tell other people to watch are the ones that are just so basic. You know, there's a lot of I think there's just like there's a lot of people out there, a lot of trainers out there that you know show that they, you know, when they do like a certain workout, it's just to really just show off the muscles. So, you know, and I'm not here and I'm not gonna judge them or anything like that. Obviously, I would think that like if they're showing this video is for a specific reason, but a lot of it's just like I want to throw 2 different movements that don't go together at all, but I want to make it look really cool to see like how many people would like it.
For sure.
And what is that? But what does that really do? You know, it just shows them that like, okay, cool, you can do this and that, but what's that gonna teach somebody?
How's that gonna benefit myself? Yeah.
I was thinking if this was something funny, maybe we should join us for this another time. I was telling Riley like we should just sit down and have a reaction video of just watching like fitness clips. Just go over it because I've seen some dumbass ones where like it looks cool, but like this dude squatting the whole squat rack. I'm like, bro.
Oh my god, have you guys seen the video of the guy with the bleachers and he like has it on his back?
Oh yeah,
and he's like walking like this. That shit has me dead every time.
Bro, I the ones that always get me is the leg press with like 20-45 pounds.
Oh my god, no, actually, no, because there sometimes those videos like they're fucking
their legs
leg hyperextend and
yeah,
shit. You're
so bad. And then
So
when they're
bad.
sprinting on the treadmill and then doing shoulder presses with the bar in 45, it's like at the same time, like, how the hell do you even do that to get started? You know, like,
It's interesting though.
yeah.
It's
I'm like, props to you, because either you edited the video really well or you actually did it. So it's like cool to see, but that doesn't
Do anything.
do anything for me or you know, people that I want to show the video to.
Yeah, we gotta take a break right now, and then we'll go over a little bit more about making fun of people.
Yeah.
All right, peace.
All right, cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And
We're back.
And
We're live.
welcome to the GainEXP ASMR
Wait.
experience.
We're doing ASMR now. Like,
Yeah.
Here, yeah, get real close to that water drinking. Gotta give the fans what they want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Drink water. Drink water. Lots of it.
Facts.
Lots of it.
Oh, my girlfriend's
behemoth,
so
by the way.
into. Oh, what the fuck?
Did you take a look at that?
Oh, it's a half
He
gallon.
was like, "Can I have some water?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And I filled it halfway in our like
Dude,
filtered water thing.
it's already
like,
almost empty.
Are you serious?
Well, it's cold.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it tastes better.
It stays cold. Yeah, that shit's like good as fuck. How much was that? Like 40?
Actually, I actually got it for my birthday last year, and I didn't
Oh,
open
hell
it.
yeah.
I didn't open it until I went to Hawaii a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's a good place to have it.
Oh shit.
Because like on the plane they don't allow liquids, so you have
gotcha.
to get through security.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I just kept this empty, and then I brought it on, and then
Nice.
passed it through, filled it up, and then I was good for the rest of the trip.
So he just actually went to Hawaii too. What island were you on, and like what'd you do? in
I went
Hawaii?
to Honolulu, and I guess like Honolulu, Oahu. We stayed at the Aulani Disney Resort.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
Well, it was my first. So it was my first.
That's cool.
It was my first time ever in Hawaii.
Okay,
and then
cool.
my brothers as well. My brother, we actually went out there because my brother just got engaged.
Oh, nice.
sweet.
Congrats.
So, yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
That's fucking
Thank you.
awesome.
Well, yeah,
That's cool.
absolutely. Like, well, they've been together. They were together for 12 years
Uh-huh.
before he finally proposed.
Damn.
High school sweethearts. Like
Oh,
he
shit.
Yeah,
he was a sophomore and she was a freshman.
Damn, dude.
That's so crazy.
Bro, my
actually.
high school relationship lasted a year and a
Yeah.
half.
I was like, my longest was
Bro,
8
my high
months,
school
probably.
relationship lasted prom, dude. Like, well, because like, well, the thing is like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I was in high school, like 15, 16 years old. I mean, like
Trying to be a player or what?
no, in my freshman year of high school. I ran cross country.
Oh,
Okay.
So I was like 120 pounds until my senior year.
Oh, shit.
And I shot up from like 5'4" to like 5'11", like
Nice.
during my sophomore to junior year. But then that's when like puberty got extra bad, you know. for me. So not only that, dude. Like I'm like one of 5 Asian kids at my school.
Oh,
so
shit. Wait, where'd you go to?
Newport Harbor.
Newport.
So
Gotcha.
I went to Newport Harbor. You know, by the time it was my senior year, I was like, I got up to about 140 pounds.
Shit. Okay.
But
Damn.
you know, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was an ugly kid, man. I didn't have braces. Like I didn't know what like hair gel or pomade was. You know, like.
It's okay. I was like a heavier set guy in high school.
Yo,
So
you dude, I love that high school video of you.
Which one?
We're not gonna talk. You know which one I'm talking about. The mall.
Oh no. We're not allowed to talk about that.
Okay,
on here.
we'll watch it. We'll watch it
No,
after this.
we won't. No, we won't.
We'll watch
But-
it. We'll watch it at dinner.
I'm gonna, since I'll probably edit this one, I'm gonna put a picture of me in high school right here, just for like 2 seconds, so you guys can see. But yeah, I was like a heavier set kid.
I'll send you what I look like across country.
Yeah, no, and we'll put it right there. Yeah.
I guess I'll be here.
Yeah, we'll put Jordan over
Jordan
there.
Jordan looks the same.
Dude, I look exactly the same.
I haven't gained weight since high school.
Dude, I was like, so in high school, I was like 190 pounds, I think. I was in marching band. I was in marching band. I was in
nice.
drumline, And then because this is when everyone gains weight in college, a girl broke up with me, and I shot up to 215.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone else that's how it
Wait, in
worked.
muscle or
No.
Oh,
no,
I
dude.
thought you meant like you hit the grind. Like
The first time, I'll tell you this: the first time you actually like learn, like when you see when you think of bulking up or when you think of like gaining weight, dude, you do it completely wrong. First time I bulked up was after I joined my fraternity. Me and my bros, like we were always in competition to see who can like put on the most muscle and who
Nice.
like looked the best. So I was like my goal was to get to 205, and I didn't care how I did it.
nice. So you
So-
dirty
Shit.
bulked or what?
Oh,
You just
dirty
ate
bulk,
Taco
bro!
Bell?
I was working at Island's restaurant.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, let's go.
Dude, bacon cheese fries.
Yes,
like three
dude,
times
I
a
was
week.
literally just gonna say that
3
shit. The
times a
French fries
week.
there are
The-
so goated.
But it's just covered in this cheddar cheese and bacon, and it's like 2,400 calories. I swear to God, dude. Like I ate like probably 6,000 or 7,000 calories a day.
Bro,
Dude.
I'm the exact. I was always a heavy set guy. So like when I went from 215, like my whole life goal has always been to like lose. Like it's never like
Just always
lose body fat.
yeah,
lose body
fat. Just but at the time I didn't know what body fat.
Right.
Pounds
that
was-
wasn't even
yeah.
a thing that registered.
Yeah,
It
I
was
just, I just knew
how
I
do
would
lose
eat
weight?
less.
Yeah.
Bro, I could have sworn my fucking metabolism was like, dude, I was so bad. Bro, I was a fucking pufferfish. I ate like a
I feel you.
Tic Tac. I gained 7 pounds, dude.
Dude, no, I feel you. Like back in the day, like, dude, it was like that at some point. Like I would literally like be in such a huge deficit, a caloric deficit. It was like 1,000 calories, some shit. I don't even know how like I could sleep at night. Like I was so hungry, you know. But like it's like just about learning and growing. And shit like that.
Anyone who ever tells you that you need to go to caloric deficit and 1,000 pounds is the way to go, never listen to them.
Or 1,000
no.
calories.
1,000 calories.
Yeah.
1,000
pounds.
No, that for sure. But like 1,000 calories in a day, it's never healthy for anybody.
Right.
Like no, you need a. I'd say if you're doing caloric deficiency, don't go less than 300. But like have a higher protein. Have a higher protein content, and you don't have to even lose. You don't even have to like not do carbs. I don't know where I hear this like
Keto.
Keto,
Keto.
yeah.
That's
keto diet. Like I actually last year, I actually did the carnivore keto diet. I don't know if you've ever. heard
Oh,
of it.
seriously?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
nothing. It's
fuck.
all animal product.
Oh
So
my
there's
God.
no carbs, no sugar, no vegetables, no fruits, no
Dude,
nuts.
Holy shit.
It's just literally meat, dairy, and eggs.
Damn.
So like,
Okay.
oh,
you can do dairy. Okay.
well,
cool.
because it's
It's
cow.
animal.
It's from
Oh,
cow.
so as long as it
it's-
comes
it's,
from an
it's
animal.
only animal product.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
and
Just for
dude-
people not listening who might not know what it is.
Yeah.
It's
So
only animal product.
anyone who is ever, if you're gonna do any type of keto diet, you have to do your research first, and you have to know which one works with your body first. Like get as much information as possible, and never just start it on your own.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I did about a week in. I didn't know there's such a thing. There's such a thing called keto flu.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
when you're,
What is
because
that?
well, so
I've
normally
never heard of it. I've done keto before, but I don't think I got keto flu.
it's when your body gets flu-like symptoms because of the change in your diet
wow.
of where you get your energy from.
No
so
way. Okay.
Mostly, if you're like most of our body's main energy source comes from carbs.
Right.
So if you have 30 years of living like I did, and then I eat I eat carbs every day. When I all of a sudden
Stop it, cut it off.
my flu-like symptoms came, and so I thought I got COVID.
Oh, wow.
Right when I did it. And then I remember I called my manager, and I was like, it was like at 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like,
Oh, shit.
I feel like death. Like I'm calling you right now because if I go into work today, I might not survive.
Oh shit.
And I was, and
that's crazy.
because he was the one I was doing the diet with.
Oh, he did it with you.
He's
oh,
done
wow.
it. He's done it before. He does crazy type of diets, and he actually but he's really into like the science and the metabolic change and everything down to like the very T. So he's the one who actually got me doing it with him. We were just doing a 30-day challenge, and then so he knew what was going on. He's like, I think you got keto flu.
Wow.
So I'm scared I got COVID, man. I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, I'm sweating like I don't know if I should go in tomorrow for the members' sake because I don't want to get them COVID. And he's like, no, I think you have keto flu.
Yeah. So did he make you go in then, or
Well,
no?
Once I heard it was keto flu and everything, I was just like, okay, because I was just like, I'm just gonna wear a mask, and I'm only gonna go in for a few hours that I know the members aren't. It's not gonna be busy times, and he's gonna come in and take over for the last couple hours of the shift. But he needed somebody there to open up the gym.
Gotcha.
So I think I want to make a preface on this is that he said 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
There's a big like hyphen
It's not
asterisk.
a way to no lifestyle changes.
No.
It was just a 30-day challenge. I did it just because I wanted to say I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's a big thing with diets.
Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
anything, like it's like the origins of a lot of these like crazy diets. Okay, the good origins of a lot of these crazy diets come from athlete training. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, most of the time, I feel like it's from fight training to make sure you make weight.
There's
Right,
also
right.
like cultural like diets, like Mediterranean. And then there's
diets.
also like the Inuit as well, I
Yeah.
believe. I don't know if I can say Inuit. There's like some,
Yeah, it's okay.
But anyways, there's like an Inuit diet and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's cultural as well
Yeah,
sometimes.
but like keep in mind, a lot of these diets are, even when they were specifically made for athletes, they were short term. Like you do not do keto a long time because you would get diabetes. You can get diabetes.
Yeah,
You can get
absolutely.
diabetes. You can get a few other things, and we mentioned this before.
Dude, even when because I did keto for a while actually. Mine wasn't a 30-day thing. I actually did try making a lifestyle and shit doesn't fucking work. But I mean it works, it's just not effective, right? And I would never recommend it, but like one of the negatives of like when I was on keto was like I would just like my blood level or my blood sugar levels would like spike when every time I had anything carb related, it would just spike and I get fucking tired as shit and I would crash and like it was fucking with my sleep patterns.
Well, yeah, because your energy source is coming from fat. Mm-hmm. So your body over time it starts developing the habit of
using fat
as your main source.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get carbs, it's heavy. It's heavier than the fat content coming in, and then
Your
it just
body
causes you
freaks
to
out.
crash and like, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Sleep it off. Sleep it off. But
Yeah.
and it's what's so funny too is speaking of fat versus carbs, it's so funny how people get mixed up of how good actually fat is for you.
Yeah.
Like I'll like it's not people think that like fat is bad for you. It's not the fat, it's the sugar that's so bad. And it's fat. I mean a main source comes in from like avocados, comes from oils, healthy oils that
well, dairy has like fat in it too, but it also has calcium in there as well. So.
Animal fats, fish fats, omega-3s, all of that's
yes,
good for you.
and they're you just need to work with somebody. If you don't know how much you need to intake into your body, just work with somebody and then figure out what works for your body type, and then you're actually going to be able to do so many things better than having no fat content coming into your body.
Because another thing is that there's like aspect of this where, number one, everybody's body type's different.
Yes.
Your natural body fat percentage of what you look good in may
Does
not
it vary?
always, it will vary, and it may not always be lower body fat equals better.
No.
May
Right.
not always be that.
No.
And it's because this happens a lot with people who are skinny or trying to bulk, is that they have like no body fat percentage.
Right.
And then that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I think another thing is that just like there's a perception. I noticed this when I started studying nutrition, is that a lot of people have this perception of cutting stuff out.
Yeah.
It's like you don't need to cut stuff out. That's like, dude, we're gonna go eat and drink after this podcast.
After this, we're grabbing a beer and watching football.
Yeah, like it's the idea of cutting stuff off is like, it's such a dangerous idea. And like, you can have a soda, have it once a week. You can have your treats, your ice creams, your chips, your cheat meals. have it in moderation. You know, it's
Dude,
there's a bad.
I'm so glad we're bringing up this topic right now because there's so much I gotta say about
Dude.
this.
Life's short, man. Like, you gotta enjoy like the things that you like. You know, like by the time you're like 50, you cut out ice cream for the rest of your life, and it's like, well, shit. I liked ice cream, it made me happy, and I didn't do that for like 20 years and shit.
You ever realize when you try to cut something out, you double dose it when you go
yeah,
back?
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
It's because you're like, you know what, I'm just making up for lost time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that. It's like you don't cut it out. You just lessen it.
right.
Lessen the amount you intake every time you eat it, and then get to a point where it's like, okay, it's good number of calories, it's good number, it's not that much. You know, it's early enough in the day where my body can still burn it off, depending on what depending on what your body type is. But it's never you know, you never have to. You can still eat it as long as you eat 3 or 4 other healthier meal choices. You can still have your scoop of ice cream or your slice of pizza, and your body's not going to react bad to it. It's when you do it every single day and you do it in large quantities. If you do it, like, if you just start substituting it out for other healthier products for you, then that's where it really becomes the addiction. And
sure.
that's what's going to start putting on the weight and the body fat, and then and then it's going to spin out of control because you get so used to it and it tastes so good. You're like, you know what, life is short. You know, I only get one life of this. I want to eat this as much as possible, and then all the work you put in just goes out the window.
There's like a fine line with that statement of life is short, right? Because you don't want to be like, life's so short, I don't give a fuck about my health, and like I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. But like I was more speaking on it in like, life's short, so you shouldn't just like cut out all the things you like and enjoy that make you happy.
Life is short. Let's try to make it longer.
Well, it's my philosophy is that if life is short, so try to be as healthy as you can, but be as healthy as you want to be.
Right, for sure.
And then don't judge other people if they do something they live a lifestyle or regimen that's a complete opposite of what you do. Just because you may not believe in it, you don't know what that person is going through. You don't know you don't know what their history is like, and it's because I personally like to just do things healthier, because since I only have that short amount of time to live, I want to do as much as possible.
Right.
And it's funny because after going to Hawaii and after doing I'm literally on the drive here. Like, not that many people get to say, I'm driving down to San Diego today just for the hell of it.
For sure.
And to be part of something like this, and to then go hang out with friends afterward, I'm like life
That's
is
dope.
life is fucking good right now, dude.
That drive down the 5 freeway is so nice too. You just get like a window or a ocean view, just like the whole drive. It's just so
Yeah,
sick.
you see the boobs.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was just about to say passing San Onofre.
See the boobs.
You know where it's like right when you pass that. Oh, I know where this person's heading.
If anyone,
Dude, everyone posts that shit on Instagram too. They always
Yeah.
take a picture of the big boobs and they tag San Diego, California.
if you live in SoCal,
Yeah.
Yeah, or you have the picture of it and you're like, oh, you know where I'm going. But honestly, like it's funny because like, when you're very disciplined and you have you have your normal day to day, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like you start developing that kind of lifestyle where you're like, you know what? Even if I see other people going out and having lots of fun, it doesn't really, like, good for them, but it's not applying to me right now.
Right.
But when you do get the opportunity to do the things that are fun, just, do it 100% and have no regrets about it. But,
For sure.
But,
Yeah.
but obviously make smart choices.
Yeah.
Don't end up in jail or anything like that because you're trying to have too much fun.
Yeah.
But take advantage of all the fun stuff that life throws your way.
Yeah.
But you want to be you want to be healthy conscious about it, so that way you can enjoy even more and not get tired out.
For
so
sure.
in the
Definitely.
very beginning.
GainEXP is not responsible for anyone going to jail.
Neither is JW Fitness.
Yeah.
So one thing I do, it's actually something I was thinking about, because we're doing these like Instagram reels on fitness and stuff. And
Yeah.
I wanted to do a certain project, and I guess it'll be out by the time we do this, is that doing like whiteboard videos explaining stuff. And I think one thing that's actually quite interesting that I thought of when we were, how do you define, we kind of like walked around the bush or something, or beat around the bush for this topic. It's like, how do you define fitness versus health? Okay.
So fitness has a plan. Health is a lifestyle.
Nice.
That's good.
So I think this is just my everything I say is always my opinion. Just want to throw that out there. Everything I say is my opinion. So I'm not saying that because it's trademarked or this is the way it's supposed to be. It's just the way. It's not dictionary definition. It's my way of thinking. Fitness is the reason why I think people go so hard in fitness is because there's a certain goal that they're trying to hit.
Yeah.
And then they think, and then that once they hit that goal, they want to see what else they can do.
For sure.
Health to me is a lifestyle where it's you're being the best version of yourself every day.
Yeah.
For sure.
How about you?
Oh, I was gonna say I feel like similarly, I feel like fitness is a means to an end kind of thing, whereas like obviously health is a lifestyle. And it's like something you carry with you every day. Because like, I mean, I've fallen victim to this personally. I don't know if you guys have, but like when I first started, I would just go to the gym because I knew it was the right thing to do, right? And that was about fitness. That wasn't about health, because I was like, I just want to look good, and that's fine. Like you can use that as a motivating factor.
That's the reason I went to is that I want to look like Captain America, man.
Dude, fuck, same, bro. That's it. Everyone starts that way.
And I'm not saying it's actually bad to have those ambitions and use that as motivation, because I feel like everyone's motivated by something different. Well, maybe not everybody. Some people can share that as well, but like. It's like you go to like look like Captain America, or like you want to just like look bigger or whatever, and then like you get there, you start reaping like the benefits of it. Like people give you the attention you might be looking for, or maybe like you are just like kind of fine with where you're at, and then like things start falling off because you don't like stay consistent with it, which is more of like what a healthy lifestyle is.
Yeah.
So like it is a plan, but I feel like the fitness is like a means to an end. Like it's supposed to be a point to where you're like, okay, I've learned that like I'm on my own path, and like I've kind of reached what my goal is, but now like where do I want to get to next? And like so fitness is more goal oriented, I kind of think of, and like health is more of like the vision oriented. Like where do I want to be when I'm 60? Do I want to be hiking up mountains? Do like I want to be like
do I still want to be boxing when I'm 60? You know, like, can I still move when I'm 60?
Yeah.
You know?
We had somebody who had the health vision mindset of like my father had like my father specifically had like heart problems, you know, so that to me was like, oh, okay, this guy is like in a good state of mind right now because he's like more health oriented. He's thinking about like the long term. Whereas like there on the flip side, it's not bad necessarily, but some people are just like, I just want to like get on track and get like some goals set and stuff, and maybe like they do have that vision in mind, but it's also kind of our jobs to help cultivate that and bring it to life. Be like, okay, like we're working out now, but like start bringing in bigger picture aspects of like, oh, like do you want to have like just start talking to them casually, like, oh, like you have family right now? No. Like do you want to have one in the future? Just like start getting them to think about that stuff, and like how what they're doing right now is actually gonna positively affect them in the future. So
going off of that, actually, I've learned going through the gym, especially going to the gym by myself. You know, like this is the style, the main thing that kind of going back to my business, my fitness business, the main thing that I want to get to when I get clients, and the main thing I want to show to everybody is that you can just have fun with it. You know, it's not somewhere where you have to go to, you know, it doesn't have to be work. It doesn't have to be something that you kill yourself into trying to get to a certain point. Is the more fun you have with it, the more better results you're going to get, and the better you're going to think overall. But when I go to the gym, when I first started going to the gym, especially, you know, being like a scrawny kid, and I didn't know the form, I didn't know what weights to start off with, I didn't know what exercises best benefited me. You know, I was scared that like if I don't use a 25-pound dumbbell to start off, I'm gonna get judged by everybody around me, especially all the guys around me, or the girls around me at the gym that have been there and, you know, they know what to do. So that's a fear that I know is a fear for a lot of people going into the gym, is they feel like they're gonna get judged right when they start, and then that's gonna scare them from keep wanting to go back. What I learned is that when you start going to the gym for yourself, for not even just for fitness, not even just for health, but for the fact that like it becomes just part of your routine, and because you just love going there, you're gonna start just tuning everybody else out. You're not gonna look at what they're doing. Maybe you'll see, like, if you see someone like bigger or has the same kind of like muscle or body that you have, you're gonna look and kind of see what they're doing for their workouts, and then maybe you can incorporate that into the way that you train, or like, you know, talk to him, you know, network with him, and you know, you can do stuff like that. But you're gonna start really just not focusing on what anyone else is doing in there, and you're gonna just really focusing on what you're there for, and that just applies to everything in life.
Yeah,
you know. And it's so funny, like when I say personal trainer, everybody talks about, oh, all this guy talks about is fitness, all this guy talks about is working out and, you know, stuff like that. But so that's not what I'm trying to do here. Is that over the year, as you get older, you're gonna stop caring so much about what people think about you.
Yeah.
And when you go to the gym and you're focusing on just you and how better that you're getting, and see the results and how better you're getting, then it just, everything else outside of it, you're not going to care about what other people think about you. At least not as much.
Definitely.
And you're especially not going to care about especially the people who are either the most negative in your life, or the people that you don't even think twice about. You're going to start tuning them out, and you're going to start, and whatever this stuff that they said to you that got to you, you're going to be like, dude, why do you have so much like dislike in your life?
Why are you so mad, bro?
Like, are you okay? What's negative going on? Maybe you need to hit the gym.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think one thing that helped me, and like just to close it off, because we do have to go break, is that the best thing that anyone's ever told, my stepdad told me this right before I started hitting the gym, is that he noticed I was a little weird because I didn't know how to do anything. He said, "Look, kid, I'll be honest with you."
Say it like that, like, look, son.
Look, Jordan, come here. Come here, yellow one. No, he was just like, I'm gonna be honest with you. No one gives a fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. No one gives a fuck. And if they give a fuck, you should. If they're an asshole, like they're an asshole anyway.
Dude,
like,
you know what's funny is, like, everyone at the gym is probably so focused on what they're doing, they probably don't even know you exist next to them, right?
Yeah,
there.
like,
they're probably listening to like fucking like Kanye or Drake or some rap.
I was about to say, picked
artist.
a better.
Heavy metal, dude. Like,
Like,
they probably listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
really
they could
popular
be
nowadays.
listening to anything. They probably tune out everybody around them and are just focusing on like what they're doing in that
Yeah,
moment.
think
you
about
know?
it this way: think of how much you can actually think of while you're squatting 140 pounds. like really think about it. Like,
Yeah.
if you're squatting 140 pounds midway through like squatting, are you gonna think about the guy right next to you?
No, oh, that's facts, actually.
Yeah.
That is for straight facts. But we do actually have to take a break
Yeah,
right now.
for sure.
But appreciate that insight, though. Ready? Or you want to do it? Here you go.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah, let's go. There we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, let's go.
Let's get into
All
it.
right, we're back from our bathroom break.
Yeah.
Midnight madness.
You don't know how much time was passed between this.
It's actually been 6 hours. We already hit the bar and watched NFL.
Dude, that happened once. We like left and came back. It's just-
I mean, if you guys send it out whenever you guys want to, so it could be a week.
yeah.
Imagine like Jordan has like a black eye and shit, and like my hair's all fucked up. Like, what the fuck?
It was a great game. So one thing that
I should have said Steph Curry, man.
fucking Toronto. Anyways, one thing that we wanted to start talking about is that we were talking about the benefits, fitness, how to do form, like what's the right nutritional idea and technique. And one thing that we together, I don't think we even talked about it much either in the past, is like, what's the cons in fitness? What's the hardships in it? Not
Yeah.
really the cons. There's
No,
no.
to me, there's no cons in fitness unless you get injured.
Yeah.
Or doing something the wrong way.
but like
Right.
the tough, like what's the hard parts about it?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna speak on behalf of being a personal trainer and running your own business, and then also having multiple clients. So first of all, my biggest piece of advice is that if you're gonna if you're gonna open your own personal training business, first of all, first of all, never do it for the money. It's never do it as a way to get rich quick, because it's not gonna. You're not. Like the best personal trainers like start off like first couple clients are doing it for free to get the experience. You know, like maybe first like 2 or 3. It's just to get the feel of like also being the guy who's helping multiple people at once, and then try to train people who have completely different goals and body types. You know, so that way you just get more and more experience, and then and then you can start charging people when you start getting the experience and the confidence. A big a hardship that I know trainers will go through is confidence. It's because they are so used to training themselves. They're like, I can do whatever I can do whatever to my body, and I know it works. When you're in charge of somebody else, and and they're throwing stuff at you that you've never even thought of, that you don't think about to yourself, you're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, or I don't know how to answer this. If you don't know an answer as a personal trainer, if you don't know an answer, best thing to say is I don't know, but I will find out, and I will tell you, because I cannot stress enough, do not give wrong information, or don't guess.
For sure.
You know, because you're helping somebody's health. If you give the wrong information on purpose to save yourself, or if you you know, and if you just don't have the confidence in it, it's so much easier to just tell them I don't know, but I will find out, because their clients will also respect you more. You know, your clients know that at the end of the day you're also human. You're not a machine. You're not gonna know every single answer.
Yeah. I think that's another thing too, is like when you're working with a personal trainer, I think just like good client etiquette too. It's just like understanding, think about it on your day life, like as a profession, whatever profession you do, no matter what profession you do, how much of that profession do you really know 100%? 100%. Does a doctor, like I challenge any doctor, really, like, do you know every single thing about the doctor exam? There's no way you do immediately at that moment.
No, a new disease just came out right now.
Yeah, like it's impossible. So like just like understand that, like give us slack. There's like there's times we're gonna forget the name of a movement. We're gonna forget the like, even if it's something simple. Like there's just so much.
There are gonna be times when you go into a session where you're not gonna know what workout to give them.
Oh yeah,
it happens. Like it happens where you're just like, I don't know what to give you today. Like we've been following a plan, and now it should be this, and this. You know, maybe these type of movements today. We're gonna focus on these muscle groups. But then you get there, and then your client is all of a sudden just like not in the best mood. You know, they're not, or they're completely different than how you normally train them. And then you're just like, you know what? I think we're going to focus on this today, actually. So it's always good. It's always good to go into each session prepared and with the plan, but know that that sometimes it happens that you're going to have to change it up, and it's going to happen when you don't expect it to. But, you know, if you're going to change it up, communicate that with your client. Say, hey, we were going to do this today, but I think based off of, because sometimes too, like your clients will, you know, the day before you're supposed to start working out, they're going to feel extra sore, or maybe like my knee is starting to really feel a lot of pain in a specific area. I can't do this, or this today. And, it goes in with your plans. You're like, okay, now I got to adjust. I got to adjust on the fly. Yeah. But thank you for relaying that information to me. So that way, when we do something that we're going to do differently, work with me, because I had something completely different in mind with you today.
Right. Yeah. And what I was going to comment on that too is like what we were talking about, like fitness being a means to an end. Like eventually, like the people you work with are going to start like wanting to do things on their own and stuff, which is great. Like that's like the goal, is to get them like, oh, well, on my off days, I worked on this, and this. But like to your point, like you have to be more specific, I feel, at some point, because it's like, oh, well, on my off days, I worked on legs, I worked on shoulders, I worked on like back and bis. So then you get there and it's like a try chest and try type of day or whatever. But you may have planned to like do some more leg work with them, and that's just like what you had going into it. But it's like, okay, well now, like to your point, like I do have to make that adjustment. And then like another piece of advice I'd actually was going to give was, we're talking about like the people we work with, like our clients per se, and how like always putting them first is just so important in everything we do. Because like I feel like when, at least in my case, I know Jordan feels the same way, just because we do this together and we're starting this business together. It's really easy to like get out of balance with like what we're working on, because we're always trying to like do cool things like this, like podcasts, make YouTube videos to like help bring in more clients. But then like the clients come in and then you're like, okay, so how do I balance my time? I think there's like a big time balance aspect that at least I struggle with. And like I want to like make cool YouTube videos, but like now it's like we have more work that we can handle, and it's just like a big,
and then
like,
balance that with your, in the beginning, you're 9 to 5,
right? And then 9 to 5,
yeah.
And then if you're in a relationship like we are, then it's just like, it's just
social life
too, you know. It's like at some point it all starts becoming like incorporated in a sense, but like I think balance is something fitness teaches you, and it's something like in life, and something that is like super crucial to like starting out, at least as like a trainer who wants to like start a business behind that too. So
yeah, I think one thing as a from the client perspective, if like to work with a trainer, if you really truly want to get your goals or hit or be healthy or whatever your personal goals are, like let your trainer know everything. Like in like, obviously whatever personal to you is personal, but like if you feel, even like there's a lot of times where people are kind of confused what soreness and what like pain injury is. And so like if you're feeling joint pain, if you're feeling like your wrists aren't moving as much, if you're feeling like your stomach is hurting, it's not an ab workout, your stomach is hurting, like like you have to tell your trainer this, because it could be very well like you should not be working out that day, you should not be working maybe these muscle groups, you should not be maybe, or we need to adjust, like if your knees are hurting, we need to adjust your leg movements, we need to adjust your ab movements and all of that stuff, you know.
So actually going off of that, yes, it's very important for your clients to communicate with the trainers, but you have to also be able to make it so that the clients feel comfortable telling you these things.
Nice.
So you know, I've seen it before. I've even done it myself. Like I've seen trainers go in to their clients, and it's all about the business. It's not about developing It's not about developing the relationship where the client feels comfortable telling the trainer, "Hey, this is hurting today." Like they're like, if they feel afraid that if you tell them this, you're gonna be like, "Well, I don't care." You know, we had a plan going in, and if we just do this, it'll heal. And it's like, no, that's not what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to get to that point where you're comfortable with each other to tell them, hey, this is what's going on. And also, going off on the, the joint pains and the injuries and knowing the differences, the minute that my client tells me, hey, like, I have knee joint problems, or hey, I have elbow problems, I have shoulder problems, I have wrist problems, and that is an area where like you're gonna like, there's an area where you can't do that much that day with type of working out.
100%.
I immediately mentally, if I'm there and they tell me this, I immediately mental shift to, okay, today's a mental workout day. So
wow, nice.
This is where we do a little bit of exercising that is geared around the areas that are not hurting my client. But today is gonna be, I need you to, we're gonna have like it's not like a therapy session, but we're gonna talk about things that are going on outside of our training, and how, like, is there something that I can do that can help your mentality with what's going on? Because sometimes, I've seen this. Sometimes clients will say they have a pain or joint issue or some type of soreness or injury to get out of the workout. So it's because they're actually dealing with stuff behind, mentally, that they're just like, they just don't want to work out that day. We've all had that before too. I've had it where me and my clients, we spent 10, 20 minutes just talking. All of a sudden they want to start working out.
That's awesome.
I wanted to just wrap up it and just see if anyone had any last round like things they wanted to say, because I was actually going to comment on, like, I remember when we first started, I actually hit you up, and I was like, I don't know if you remember this, but I texted you and I was like, hey, I'm like going to start doing personal training, and like we're going to start this business. and you message me and you're just like, don't like overpromise anything that you can't deliver on. And that actually stuck with me like super hard, because like if there's like literally the inability to do something for somebody, it's not like you should just say like, oh yeah, I can do it, and then like you figure it out as you go, like, because you're really taking on the responsibility of someone's like health and like them as a person, which is like a lot of responsibility to take on, like as a person. You know?
I think another thing is that is one thing that I've personally learned as we were going through this journey for a while, is that like you shouldn't. I think there's a bad aspect of it where like you see these posters and these Instagram posts of anything. It's like, oh yeah, then my client lost 40 pounds in 3 months. It's like
it's impossible.
That's
impossible to lose 40 unless you do it through surgery.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I'll tell you right now, it's impossible for anybody to lose 40 pounds unless you do it through surgery.
I think another thing is that
in that short period of time.
Yeah, I think another thing is that these people are like, there's an aspect of this where like promising numbers is a bad way of looking at it. Like whether it is body fat, whether it is like, it's like starting out and you're saying like, yeah, I can get you to lose 5%, but like everybody's body weight's different, body type is different. Everybody's like how they consume, how they grow is a different thing. And I think the only thing you really can promise and all of this is really just like, I'll keep you on as much as I can on a healthy track onto your goals.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can promise you. And if they say like, my goal is to hit this within this amount of time, it's reasonable, it's like, all right, we can work on that. You know, things happen. I'm also gonna need to learn about you as a person, your body type, and your mental ability as well. Like what you said, I really like what you said there, because that has a huge aspect on losing weight, gaining muscle, gaining weight, or whatever. I think that's really cool too, especially with like your background in martial arts. Like martial arts is a meditative state. It is. I wonder if you ever do this too, like when you're having those mental workouts with people. Like, do you do those kind of martial arts stretches, like just like while you're talking, it like kind of calm them down or something like that?
No, not really. I don't really do any like stretches when it comes to like a mentality type of like day. It's just I just tell them, I just want you to relax. I want you to just realize that it's me and you here. Here, everything that we're going to talk about stays right here. No one will ever know anything personal, but I can, being in like I was in human communications in college. That was my major. Part of being in communications is nonverbal, and you have to learn how to read people. So you can tell right away when you go to a client or they're walking up, you know, you guys meet up somewhere, and you could just tell it's like, today's not gonna be a hard workout day, just by the way that their just body language is. So it's important to get that out before you even start working out. It's hey, normally when we start, you're very happy and you're very kind of like, you know, loose. Today you're tense, you look pissed off. What's going on? Just what's going on? And then just let them get that out.
Nice.
And then like, if you don't think like whatever you charge per session, if you don't think taking care of them mentally for a day and not working out is not worth it, it's so much more worth it. So much more worth it to take care of somebody's mentality versus taking care of somebody's body, because the body will follow what the mind tells it to do.
Definitely.
Well, you know, like there's internal health and there's like external like physicality and stuff, so it's all related.
When you become a trainer, I mean, the thing is like everybody thinks that like when you become a trainer, you really just want to focus on them losing body fat, gaining muscle, losing weight, you know, fitting into what they think society will accept them as. So you think that like if you go in doing that, like they're gonna feel a lot better about themselves. The main reason why people search for a personal trainer is they need help. They need help not only just in fitness, they need help with like getting to love themselves again, and getting that confidence to being like, I can do whatever I say I'm gonna fucking do. You know, there's so many times when I the first thing I do as a personal trainer is the first day we meet, we don't even work out. We have an assessment. It's a 30-minute assessment that goes over goals. It goes over where you are, what you're looking to get out of it. Why did you seek me out? What type of training do we do? But most importantly, what got you here? You know, what do you need? How can I help you in your needs? And it's so crazy how much you just hear. I need help loving myself again.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
it's because of not only of where they're at just physically, but I mean, they need somebody there that's just not gonna judge them.
For sure.
Definitely.
They need somebody there who they can talk to, and it's like they're comfortable with 100%, where they don't have to hide anything. I don't know if you guys have that in your life, but I know I have it. There's some people in my life I can't share things with because I know it's just gonna be nothing but judgment coming back to me.
For sure.
And all I want to do is just have a conversation, let you know how I'm feeling. You know, they need somebody like that.
Yeah.
Trainer's definitely like one of those people that you just connect with. It's like, I feel like for guys, it's like a barber. It's like it's like you tell your barber,
bartender, you know, fucking somebody,
barista if you're there all the time,
right?
Yeah.
And okay, so probably the last thing as far as like the hardships of being a personal trainer, get prepared to lose clients. And I'm not saying this to get you to not want to be a personal trainer or to not say this is a big negative.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Like me and Riley had this conversation about, a typical trainer has clients from 2 to 3 years. And I'm like, and in my head, I said, if you have a client for 2 or 3 years, fucking keep that client happy no matter what. It never raise up the prices on their training. Like, get to know their dog, like whatever. But a lot of my clients, they seek me out. I can only know a certain few that I've actually said, hey, let's personal train. Here's what I charge. It's a lot of them reach out to me.
Nice.
And so, which is a great feeling. But you think as a trainer going in, we're gonna build a lifelong relationship. Not all the time. It's business. Like they're gonna be with you for a month or two, and they're gonna realize that maybe this is not the type of training that I really want or need.
That's okay too.
It's okay. It's really okay. And when a client says I'm not gonna train with you anymore, I don't look at it as a negative, especially when the reason for it is because they say, I'm ready to do it on my own.
Yeah.
That's my goal for every single one of my clients from the very beginning is I just want to help you get to the point where you realize you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
And you don't need my help. I'm here to help you just realize that for yourself.
Sweet.
And so when they leave because they're ready to go off on your own, do not take it personal.
Oh, definitely.
And don't take it personal either when they leave you to train with somebody else. It's mainly because it's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't think your training is good. It's because that trainer fulfills exactly what their need is.
There's a style change.
It's a style change.
Like
it could be a comfortability thing. It could be because their trainer is. It could be because the trainer is closer to where they live. It could be the hours work better for them. It could be anything. Main thing is that what I'm trying to get my point across is when it comes to clients, always just want the best for them and never get possessive and get down on yourself because it didn't work out.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be somebody there who needs your help.
Definitely.
And you just have to just say, okay, even if they left, I know I helped them out somehow.
Definitely. No, I get you there.
They're gonna bring that to the next person.
Yeah. I mean, it's strictly business,
Strictly business.
But you also connect with your clients too,
It's business. It's business. It's strictly business to a point because there are going to be clients that you're going to be with for a long period of time, and you're going to get to know them better than you know a lot, even like family and friends.
Absolutely.
So there's always the fine line of business and personal. You can dabble a little bit into the personal, but never lose sight of what you're doing there in the first place.
Right.
I think another thing on that end is that there's specialty stuff. Like if so for example, we have a situation where someone comes across us and they're It's like 3 months they go through a program, they feel better, they do a general workout. I was like, oh, okay. I'm feeling good and everything, but I want to slow it down. Like, do you guys do yoga? It's like, well, I don't do yoga, but I know someone who does. Like, don't be afraid to with someone.
Yeah, like, hey, I know there's another trainer that, you know, I know he's better. He or she is better at that than I am. Like, if I get you to do yoga with me, it's probably not going to be that. It's probably not going to be that good.
Yeah.
But here's his number. Here's his information. Here's his social media. Whichever, check him out.
Yeah.
Hype him up. Like, hype up other
Definitely.
trainers around you, and you just watch how much. And then they're not only gonna hype you up, they're gonna get other people to hype you up as well. And it's just a big old chain. Like, personal training needs to stop being a fucking competition.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah. Like, that's one thing that I'm glad that me and Riley have two specialties. Is like, I mean, not to say I'm a full 100%, but I'm more towards that calisthenics side, and I know how to get someone up to that point where you can do a pull-up, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But if they're like, I want to go bodybuild, it's like, well, I can help you with that, but Riley's probably better at that than I am.
For
so,
sure.
Like, that's vice versa.
And you don't have to go anywhere because it's right here. That's the best. That's one of the
Hey,
best
let me just go knock on his door.
Riley, come on out, man. I got somebody here for you.
Dude, it's like the dynamic duo.
Yeah,
but
that's great.
we only have about 5 minutes left here, so we're
Okay.
just gonna take a quick minute or two. We just want to ask you. So, what's your favorite? Because we're the GainEXP Fitness podcast. We're all about
to all the nerds out there who's curious about his loves, interests,
Yeah,
his
there we
anime
go.
preference,
So-
his weebs. I don't know.
I'm gonna show you a side that not many people know too much about. Get prepared.
So let's just do favorite video game because we only got a couple minutes here.
Okay.
Favorite video game, favorite anime, and favorite either you can do a hero or you can do a film if like you like a whole film.
do
Oh, you could do both too.
I'll do both,
both.
and I'll
Okay,
I'll
cool.
make sure it's within 5 minutes. Okay, so first one you said was
Video
favorite video
game?
game. Oh, bro, Call of Duty World at War.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
First Call of Duty game when zombies got invented.
Oh, I
s-
love
that's
I love
that's a
Call
good
of Duty
choice.
Zombies. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I always had a love for like Super Mario, you know, Brawl, you know, Madden and 2K, all that stuff. I loved playing that, but bro, that game just was my favorite.
Nice.
100%.
Okay, cool. I love Call of Duty Zombies too. I remember staying up till like 3 a.m. playing Call of Duty
Dude,
Zombies.
I didn't have the game console, so I'd play on my phone. I'd like fucking it all
Yep.
the time.
Oh, I had the Xbox 360, and then
hell yeah.
when my family and I used to go to Vegas when we were younger, like I couldn't leave. We couldn't, as children, we couldn't really leave the room. I didn't care. I brought my Xbox and I was playing in the
Dude,
fucking hotel
That's
room.
dope.
All right. What's your favorite anime?
Kuroku basketball.
Oh, nice.
That's a good choice. That's good.
Oh my god. Have you seen that one, Jordy?
I haven't seen it full, but I've seen like a few episodes when I was younger.
It's just it's it's entertaining. It's funny. You know, there's and I like the fact that each episode focuses on a certain style of the you know, obviously of the basketball team that they're playing against.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go like, you know, general and say Pokemon.
Yeah,
But
like-
I don't know. There's some people out there that don't consider Pokemon anime, and I'm like, no,
It has an anime. So
Yeah.
that
it
makes an
is,
anime,
but that's
yeah.
the first. Pokemon was the first anime I've ever watched.
Oh, cool.
But Kuroku Basketball is probably my favorite.
Nice.
Good choice.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
there's
you.
so many sports animes now too. There's like I haven't seen it, but there's a volleyball one that everyone raves about
Haiku?
too. Haiku, yeah.
Bro, there's some ridiculous shit. It's like when they're on like the field and they're like doing like an anime like sports thing, and they're like, it's like, oh yeah, his eyes are able to see like the ball going at like 1 minute a second. I'm like,
And then, like,
the guy
slows down and
guy
shit.
can shoot the ball backwards with his eyes closed, and it goes in every single time.
he can dunk backwards with his feet.
I
Yeah.
love that shit.
And
then-
there's another one called I watched recently. It's called Baki.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Baki.
Baki. It's
Dude.
MMA.
Dude,
Oh,
it's,
that's
yeah, it's
cool.
martial arts. Dude, that
But
shit's
it's-
over at the top.
I didn't know. It's one of the most goriest ones I've ever watched because it's like there's 5 prisoners, and
Oh, shit,
they're the
okay.
deadliest prisoners in the world. and then they're all teaming up to go against this one high school guy. Baki.
Dude, that sounds dope as fuck.
It's sick. It's not even just. It's like a full competition and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
Nice.
it's dope.
And then each episode kind of focuses on what the deadliest prisoner and what he's
Sick.
Yeah.
That's dope.
it was a good one.
And then we can do favorite superhero and then movie as well.
Okay, so by superhero, are
Or
you saying
you
are
can-
DC and versus Marvel, or are you talking, or where are we going here?
Let's combine them. Out of all DC and Marvel superheroes,
I'm
who's your?
gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one of each.
Okay,
one
yeah,
of each,
that's
one of
actually
each.
yeah.
That's fair.
One of
That's
each.
fair.
Okay,
yeah.
so DC, not just Batman, The Dark Knight.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Yeah.
Dark Knight. No. There's
It's like no
Batman, and then there's
competition, yeah.
Batman, and then there's the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, and then for Marvel, so Iron Man is my absolute all-time favorite. I think he's the one who really started the Avengers.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash on that. I don't know anyone else. I don't know about anybody else, but if you've never seen Avengers Endgame, I've never cried that hard at a movie.
Oh, that was so good.
I've
Dude,
never
I
cried.
love
I've never
Endgame.
cried so
That was a
hard,
good
but
movie.
The original Iron Man trio though really kicked off. I feel
the
Marvel,
first
Yeah.
You know?
Iron Man movie, I
Like-
think it's the best Marvel movie in my opinion.
So good.
Based on the individual superhero.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: my second favorite is actually a villain.
Which
Loki?
villain do you like?
No,
Joker.
Everyone
no.
likes Loki.
Well, no.
From Marvel?
From Marvel. It's
Who is it? Yeah.
It's Killmonger from.
Oh,
Black Panther.
shit.
Oh
he's-
hell yeah.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
He's a good villain too.
He's a great villain.
Wasn't it Michael B. Jordan?
Michael
B.
Hell
Jordan.
yeah.
I don't know.
let's
So
go.
here's the thing: I don't know if it was the character. I don't know if it was because of Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
But just like
He's he's so good. in that
Michael B.
movie.
Jordan loves anime and gaming
he
too,
was,
by the way.
he really carried that movie,
That
in
was
my
so good.
opinion. And then
was great.
just what he stood for, as when you fucking see your father get killed by your uncle.
Yeah. That's the.
You're gonna have a little bit of hatred towards the other
crazy,
family
yeah.
members.
It's
know?
more empathy. You can empathize with them a little.
Bro,
bit more.
if you see that and you're not the villain, there's something wrong with you.
There's also too is like who's really the villain in that movie?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of things that he did where it's just like the worst you could possibly do.
Yeah.
But like the meaning behind of what he's trying to just get the technology that that they've been hiding out to the world to like, to make to feel like there's nothing hiding.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I say he's my second favorite.
All right, cool. And
Now,
then
movie. You
yeah,
said?
All right, we gotta do this quick. Movie.
we gotta go fast. Yeah,
Oh,
just first one you can think of.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump's
Forrest
good.
Gump. Okay,
Alright,
cool.
Forrest Gump.
Awesome. Well, we had to cut it off there. We'll go ahead and do our tags right now, but we'll start with you, Jake. Tag whatever you want, whatever platforms, just go for it.
All right, cool. So I mainly use Instagram. I use Facebook, TikTok. My personal one is JakeMan91, JakeMann91. My fitness is JWM.fitness.
Okay.
You can find that on Instagram and Facebook. And then if you ever want my phone number or email, just hit me up direct. Just DM me in one of my social media, and I'll make sure I send it to you right away.
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool.
And I'm JorJor_EXP on everything.
And then I'm Doggo_EXP on everything, and everything we're talking about is like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Not Twitter yet. Soon to be Twitter. We'll get there eventually.
We're lazy.
But anything under the sun. But
All right.
I mean, thanks again, Jake, for joining us.
Yeah,
Shit
great
was actually
insight, dude.
fire. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Well, thank you guys for having me, and I hope we can do another one.
Sweet.
Hell
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace, guys.